for them to do any huge splashes. They're figuring out the cap space for all some of the guys we have now. I am surprised, unless I'm missing something. I'm surprised Sammy Watkins is still on the team. But I trust Veach. He's done a lot of good stuff with the way he built the squad. And Chris Jones is still on the franchise, which I don't know if he's signed it or not. I would probably think he's going to probably wait till the last minute to sign it, which is the negotiating tactic you should do. So anyways, I would still – Chiefs fans shouldn't if they end up tagging him and trading him, I would tell Chiefs fans just to be patient and they're doing what they can with the cap space they have. We don't have unlimited money, and tag and trading him might be the right move. So just no Chiefs fans freak out.
Yep.
So maybe one last thing we'll talk about real quick is we've been big time with XFL.
Yep, love the XFL.
Yeah,
miss it a lot.
Yeah, and they were doing a really, really nice job, and I felt like the play actually had gotten better over the weeks. You actually could see some teams that started out pretty bad had improved a lot, like the Vipers. They had basically switched quarterbacks and figured out who their guy was. Anyways, the cool thing I want to say is there's been a decent number of players that have been signed by NFL teams.
Yeah, the Chiefs signed the St. Louis Battlehawks quarterback.
Which I thought he played well.
Yeah, Tamu, I think was his name.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not saying that right.
No, you're close enough. Yeah. It's like Taamu, I think, is something like that. I think with his deal, he'll be, he's our third string guy right now.
And it's good publicity for the Chiefs to kind of bring in a guy that, even though we talk a lot of trash on St. Louis, it's still a guy that's across the state, and it's good publicity for the Chiefs to give him a shot. And I hope it works out for him. I love the XFL because it just gives more guys an opportunity to keep playing football.
Yeah, the cool thing was his. You go through his stats, and I'd watch him play a couple times. Super accurate dude. He has some wheels. He could run a little bit. The thing is, when you go into training camp, anyways, when we eventually get to training camp, you want to have, usually you have four quarterbacks, right?
Yeah.
Usually four. Chiefs are letting Matt Moore walk because he'll get a little more money because he did really, really well as our backup, and they're going to save money and just keep Chad Henne, which I think is fine. And then this will be our third guy, and then we'll probably draft a fourth quarterback. So I think it's a cool signing, and I think it's cool the XFL got guys into the league.
Yeah, the Houston quarterback, too, who you were a big fan of, he got signed.
I like watching
as
him
well.
Yeah.
I think he's got a strong chance to be the backup. Was it Carolina that signed him?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's Carolina.
Because they signed Teddy Bridgewater, right?
Yeah,
and
so
then
maybe Bridgewater's backup, and they released Newton.
Yeah, they did release Cam Newton. He got released this week.
You know what? Because they traded Kyle Allen.
Yep.
To, I don't even know.
Yeah.
To the Patriots?
Kyle Allen went somewhere. You're right. I can't think of the team. Let me see if I can look it up here quickly.
Like a fifth-round draft pick. And Kyle Allen, actually, after watching him with Carolina, I think he's a good backup.
Yeah. Redskins. Kyle Allen went to the Redskins.
Yeah, Redskins are still trying to figure out their quarterback situation. And
New staff.
Oh, and Kyle Allen he knows Ron Rivera's stuff, so sure. Okay, so we'll do, so a little intro we did. You got anything else?
No, I feel like that's pretty good. I hope you guys enjoy the interview that is coming up right after a quick commercial. And we'll be talking to Coach Will Gorden, Shawnee Mission East Baseball. But I'm Gary.
This is Austin.
And we're Midwest Mikes. And enjoy the interview, and we'll see you guys next week. Hey guys, Gary from Midwest Mikes here. Are you looking for a DJ for your next event? Well, call DJ Showtime, 816-260-2056. He can DJ your wedding, a special event, a bar and club event. Whether your event's large or small, DJ Showtime is your guy. He'll play music of all genres, whatever you guys want to hear, that's what he'll play. He's been DJing since 2005, lots of experience. Again, that phone number is 816-260-2056 at DJ Showtime KC34 on Twitter, DJ Showtime 3481 on Snapchat. And remember, this is Gary from Midwest Mikes. Tell him that I sent you. Contact DJ Showtime, 816-260-2056. to talk about his season that was canceled. He's the head baseball coach at Shawnee Mission East, where I work, and here in Kansas, schools have been shut down by the governor for the rest of the year. And so Keisha made the decision, along with that, to cancel all spring sports seasons. Unfortunately, he had just got going and had a couple weeks of practice, and then all this got crazy and came in. But, Coach, thanks for taking some time to talk to me today.
Hey, there's nobody I'd rather social distance with than you, Coach, and Midwest Mike's, that's for sure. So give some people something to sit back and listen to during all this madness. I guess not March Madness, but, the new stuff we're doing here.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what, we're trying to put shows out each week just to give people at least a few minutes to escape and think about something else.
Absolutely. If you hear my two little ones in the background at some point during this whole thing, you know why, because we're all trapped in here together.
Yep, it's close quarters, and, you and the wife and the two kids are just at home, just kind of like, I am here. And my wife's been work from home since before this, but, I am in the house a lot more than I typically am. So, close quarters, I get it.
Yep. That's the one thing I'm trying to take away as a positive from all this is, usually family sacrifice time is sacrificed for being away from the family during the season. So now I have all this time. That's the silver lining, I guess. I'm trying to take away, trying to be positive about every day and get a chance to spend time with my wife and son and daughter and spend a little more extra time, quality time with them. But certainly miss the baseball field and certainly miss my guys and seeing them every day. Yeah,
and that's the thing I took away last week. I had my daughters, and they were on spring break. They live over on the Missouri side, and, there was just, it was kind of nice to have them and be able to focus and spend time with them without, no distractions because, there's no football to do. There's no sports to watch. So, that's the thing I took away too last week is just I was able to really spend quality time, with my two daughters and my wife.
Mm-hmm.
So, we talked to you about a year ago, at this time. You were ramping up for your season, and we were actually going to do a live show with you and next week as you prepared to play Lawrence. And so, unfortunately, the season's been canceled. So why don't you just kind of talk about when you found out and the decision that was made by Keisha?
I was looking forward to next week. Coach Stoll and I were pretty geared up for our Midwest Mike's debut together. Might have to still do that at some point, that's for sure. If you notice, we have a lovely Twitter thing going on between us and Lawrence High School baseball. Pretty fun to mess with those guys. But, you're right. We got started. We had 83 guys come out on March 3rd, and we got really lucky with the weather the first 2 weeks this year, too. Only inside one day for the first 2 weeks. 83 guys came out and ended up keeping around 63, so about 20 cuts this year. And, to be honest, the first 2 weeks were about as smooth and as good as possible. Very impressed with our young men and the way that they came to work every day. Prime example, we have our parent meeting, and I'm coming out of my parent meeting, and I come up and I walk up, and my coaches already got practice rolling. My players are doing their own individual work, and, sunny day outside. So I was really looking forward to the season with these guys. And I talked to them on the Thursday before spring break. They sent out a message to us saying all activities beginning that Friday are going to be postponed. And so I told my guys to take everything that they had home with them, didn't know what was going to happen. The writing was kind of on the wall. More had come up. Arkansas had been suspended, and so he was up talking to me. And when you looked at all the NCAA closures and everything else, it was kind of hard to imagine a spring. I was just kind of hoping that maybe they would look at us and see that we're not in NCAA. We're outside. Our crowds, to be honest, aren't enormous. But in the safety and well-being of everybody and seeing where this thing has turned, Keisha made the right decision. And I stand by their decision, stand by our administrators and everything they've done. Tremendous support from them. with our students. So now the challenging thing is how to stay connected with them during all this. We utilize Google Classroom. I'm actually going to have a Zoom meeting with all my players that want to join today. Just a way to stay connected and keep them doing something while following the appropriate guidelines.
Yeah, definitely. It's people are going back and forth on the decision, and Missouri still has not made a ruling for their spring sports. But I was talking to some other coaches the other day, and it's just no matter what decision they make, there's going to be people on both sides of it that are going to criticize it. Whether they do get to play a shortened season, there's going to be people that say they shouldn't, and if they don't do anything, then obviously that hurts the kids' chances to compete. And, some guys are still trying to get scholarships and things like that. But I'm with you. I think Keisha did do the right thing here. That if we all just kind of stay home and get through this next few weeks and maybe about a month, then hopefully we can get back to a normal sense of normal.
Yeah, baseball in the summer is something that we got to start looking forward to now. And my biggest fear is that people aren't going to take this thing seriously enough, and we're going to have to be delayed. And I've talked to several of the coaches in the area, Metro on both sides. I can tell you this: the coaches that coach in the Sunflower League, the EKL, it's amazing how much they care about these kids, especially these seniors, giving them that senior high school baseball experience. Every single coach I talk to, just upset for their kids, not for themselves, but for their players. And that, we're going to try and do something if at all possible. I don't know what that's going to look like yet. We have multiple formats suggested, but it's been really a good outpouring. I even heard from umpires, and those guys are out themselves this spring. Mm-hmm. So everybody's trying to get everything lined up. If and when and if things lift and we can get back out there.
Yeah, that's good that you've stayed in contact with some of those other coaches and trying to stay in contact with your guys. I mean, that's really the saddest part to me is just that the seniors. I mean, obviously the juniors and sophomores and those guys are missing reps and could be getting better, but for some guys, this was going to be their last opportunity to play the great game of baseball as a high school senior, and that was taken away from them.
Yeah, and I have 7 seniors this year. And if there's one way I would describe them, it would be a Sandlot 7. And the reason I'm going to say a Sandlot 7 is because those guys get together and play baseball whether I'm there or not. Mm-hmm. And they're going to continue to play baseball whether I'm there or not. For a good majority of them, 5 out of the 7, this is going to be their first real varsity experience out there on the field. 2 of them have returning time. But, for the majority of these guys, this was going to be their ride in the East Lancers uniform. Mm-hmm. And so that's definitely tough. But they're a great bunch. And each one of them would have brought a lot to the table. Happy to talk about each of them individually if you got a minute.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I want you to be able to mention each of those guys and talk about what they meant to Lancer baseball.
Yeah, so the 7 of them start with Andrew Grote. Andrew Grote is one of the fastest kids I've ever seen. Hard worker in the weight room. I guess he's famous on TikTok. Which is funny, but he's got an infectious smile. He's got a great attitude. He's going to play in the outfield for us. Put some bunts down, really get down the line, and I was really looking forward to watching him play baseball and do a great job for us in the outfield. He will be going to Creighton next year. He's actually going to be rooming with another one of our seniors, but he was going to have a breakout year. I was looking forward to seeing him do big things, and he was really focused on doing the best he could this year. So I was really looking forward to watching him do that. Then Jack Kloster. Jack Kloster got a chance to come up last year, and he played right field for us in a big game against Mill Valley. And Jack is also a left-handed pitcher, one of the smartest guys on our team, ACT in the upper 30s. Heck of an outfielder, can run down balls too up there. Made a great catch against Mill Valley out of Lawrence Free State last year. But he was going